Are you furious?
More than you know.
Too fast, too furious?
Mom, I'm really, really sorry.
I know, you're very sweet and considerate of other people. I now have to leave in 15 minutes.
Oh boy. Friends, what you just saw was our normal morning. Although our normal morning is a little faster than that. Accidentally, I put the camera on the wrong setting. And so we have like 3 hours of slow-mo content of an entire vlog that we just filmed. It's my fault. Completely my fault. You didn't do it wrong. I gave you the camera. I filmed it in slow-mo. I didn't see it. It's totally my fault. It was so cute. It was such a bummer. Kids, I have a question. When things don't go as planned, how do we react?
Who's the best coping person in our family? Who copes the best when things don't go their way?
God? I don't know.
Good job.
Definitely.
Good job. Okay. Which of our family members?
Is the smartest?
No! which of our family members is able to cope with when things don't go their way? Who gets the least upset? I mean, I would say Cassidy, probably.
Me?
Do you get more upset, Callie, Daddy, Mommy?
I don't know.
I think now that I'm looking at our family, it's either our family or it's just human nature to be upset when things don't go.
Who was your answer?
I would say Cassidy. Cassidy's very go with the flow at the moment.
Yeah.
Except for she gets mad when she doesn't. Who am I kidding? She whines all the time. She's a 2-year-old. So I don't know.
Okay, so what happened was Alex filmed an entire vlog this morning. It accidentally was in slow-mo. Super huge bummer. Alex is fuming. She can't talk. So while she
It's
steams...
not that. It's, I can't reenact.
just that first take is the best take.
No, I can't redo it because it was just so natural.
You can't.
And I just got.
You can't fake vlogging. That's the thing. We can't just.
Like if I go back in there and tell you all the things that I was telling you,
We.
it feels so robotic.
Yes.
And like, hey, look, this is my script that now I'm telling you. Like
So,
I was just showing you all the things in my interview. I got to show them.
So the thing is, we don't have scripts when we vlog. What you see is a one take. When we vlog and we mess up, or I mess up, that it's just really hard to redo.
I have 9 minutes before I have to leave. 9. Okay, I am going to try. I don't like showing.
Got this.
I don't like showing grumpy side because you know what? There is so much negativity in this world. Social media, all the things. Negativity can just suck it. Negativity can just go away. So right now I feel very negative and frustrated, and I don't really like to vlog that because that's not helpful. We're all human. Like yes, we all get.
It's not her normal.
Did you say that's not my normal self? That is so kind of you. I think we all get frustrated and mad sometimes. So we all get frustrated. It's very human nature. When you look at someone on social media, a vlog, anything, and you make a conclusion in your mind that their life is a certain way, no, it's not. We all get frustrated. We all get mad. Life is not perfect. Even very healthy marriages fight. Kids might be super well behaved overall, but all kids, we all have our things. Anyways, okay. I guess this is how we're going to start the vlog. It was so good. However, I'm trying to go with it. And you know what? You know what the focus of our vlog turned out to be? We did not set out to vlog to have this be our thing that we do. We literally started vlogging because I was so alone and I didn't want anybody else to feel alone. And also, I loved it as this creative outlet. So it was just super fun for me. That's how we started vlogging. So if you are under the impression that we started to be full-time vloggers, not even close. Anywho, okay, walking backwards. Thank you, Philip, for restarting this vlog because I was so mad. I didn't even think I was going to be filming. Let's all do this together. All right. if you aren't just sitting in a place and watching this where you can't do this, but if you can, shake it out. Let's stretch. Just, we all need that little deep breath. Okay, what I was telling you down here, what I was doing is I was showing you a little tour of what was going on in our house, and then I was walking outside to the RV to show you and introduce you to our new tenants. Anywho, trust me, it was the cutest vlog ever. And you don't get to see it because it's all in slow motion and there's no sound. Okay, back here, this room in our basement used to be covered in onions. If you saw over on my Instagram, I turned them all into clusters. They're in that back room. I also showed you guys this bookshelf. This was actually Philip's bookshelf when he was a child. Philip's parents were sorting out the furniture that they had, and so now we got to inherit his little bookshelf, and all the food is out there. Why? Because in my money saving video that I filmed a few vlogs ago, I was telling you about a free Facebook Marketplace find, and the reason I was so excited about it is because it was exactly what I was looking for. I would have paid money for this because this is exactly what I needed. This piece is in. Can you see it? The shelves will go in. We'll sort out the food. It is pretty much the same size as the shelving that was in here, but now I can put the shelves closer together so we don't have wasted space. It can be utilized so much better. However, the reason I wanted this piece, can you hear me from yelling across the room? Hopefully you can hear me. Do you want to sing together again? That song. Yeah, come on. Come on. Yeah. We started this vlog and it was so cute. We sing together in this house all the time. As a family, we sing, we dance, but we never film it because we're doing that. And Philip caught Kinsley and I singing together this morning.
He caught us.
And it was so cute and so fun.
But then
But you don't get to see it because it's all in slow motion. Okay. This dresser was free. What would you call this? Cabinet was free, but it has doors on it and it has a lock. And so this is also our storm shelter. And so that way during a storm, we don't have these big open shelves. The lighting seems really off right now. Okay, here, that's a little better. During a storm, having open shelves with all these jars didn't seem very wise. Granted, is a storm ever going to hit our house exactly? Hopefully not. Hopefully that storm shelter will never need to be really used. However, let's be smart. Let's all prep. Let's be prepared. And so if a tornado, we didn't live with tornadoes in California. We had to worry about earthquakes. But if a tornado hit our house, this is our storm shelter. So now we can lock off the food. This is going to be bolted to the cement. And then we put out our benches and we put on our helmets. And that's our storm shelter. And I was telling you, it's funny that I was showing you about our storm shelter because we actually have our friends coming, more tenants coming.
Because
their tenants are only going to be here for maybe a couple of days.
Because they have
why?
A hurricane.
They are having a hurricane. They are from Florida. They just moved there and their town is going to be the direct hit. And so they are evacuating the whole town because they have to turn off their power and water. So they are coming this way. So we have 6 more people coming. So 6 people and 2 dogs are also coming to come live with us to run away from a storm. If any of you are affected in Florida with a hurricane, I hope you are all come over. Kinsley says come over. So everyone's going to come over.
We have enough room for everyone.
We're all going to just, well, we're not hopefully going to have to use the storm shelter because the storm's not going to hit this way. But we can all cuddle in the storm shelter together. Raise your hand if you want to cuddle in the storm shelter together. Okay, if this is filming in slow motion, I'm going to lose my mind. It's not. Okay. Oh, another fun fact. We inherited Philip's grandma's grandfather clock. So that's a new little fun thing that got added to our home. Yes, we have to leave in 5 minutes. I'm literally going backwards in my thought of all the things that I was saying, and we might have to come interview our tenant after we come home from running our errands. I made dish soap. So it's one thing like making bars of soap for your hands. I was mostly wanting to have soap. We're using, this is my dad's plate when he was a little boy, and this sits next to our sink. And then the dish soap, the hard bar of soap sits in here, and then you use your wand or your brush and you use it and you wash your dishes. So I actually bought one from Ballerina Farms. She doesn't make them anymore, of what I can see. It's not on her website anymore, but her company made them, and I bought it to make sure I loved it, and I did, and then I knew I wanted to make my own. It's just taken me a while. I'm so proud. This is all made, and I'm gonna try another recipe, and once I get a recipe that I really love, I will share it with you guys, because I think it's such a good resource to be able to make so much soap for such an affordable cost, not having to buy anything that is plastic that you're buying and throwing away all the time. I just think it's a really good sustainability addition to our home. We had the dehydrator going because made homemade sriracha. This is Becky. I was talking to her and I was telling her all my jalapenos had turned red, and she said, you should try my sriracha recipe. I have the link from her and I will share it down in the description. It's on her blog. So she makes homemade sriracha, and I don't really love sriracha. This is awesome. However, my jalapenos are hot and I like spicy. So this is really, it just depends on the spice of your jalapenos, but these are red jalapeno hot sauce. And then you use the pulp, and I dehydrated it. It's now down here, and I've got sriracha powder. I can sprinkle this on to chili or whatever. I was giving you a tour around this kitchen, showing you everything we've been up to. There's been so much going on. I moved all my ferments off the counter recently. They're in the fridge. I still have some fire cider that is brewing on the counter, and will be ready in a few weeks. I told you in our money saving video that we were making our own kombucha, and I loved the comment of, well, water is more affordable than kombucha. Absolutely. However, if you are working on your gut health and you want to add in these probiotics, and let's say your family might not like sauerkraut or fermented pickles or fermented vegetables of other kinds, some family members might not like it. And in our family, everyone likes the fermented pickles and sauerkraut except for Philip. So, but he's okay and likes the kombucha. So I have what you call, we are making homemade kombucha. So I have what you would call a continuous brew. And in here is my SCOBY, and this is our kombucha. It is now on tap. And then over here is my second ferment. So in here I have blueberries sitting in this one. I have cherries sitting in this one. And I just use my frozen stuff because that's what I had on hand. And then I fill it up, let this sit for a couple of days. And then this will be more like what you would have in a store setting, where it's a little bit more bubbly and has that fruit flavor, whatever flavor that you want to add to it. Hear that pop and all that fizz?
Mommy.
So this is now a cherry kombucha. All right, last little thing that I was showing you this morning. Here's our homemade sauerkraut. We make sure everyone has.
It's really good. I
Kinsley
love it.
loves it.
Except
so
I want a bowl right now. It's really good.
We're trying to make sure everyone's getting some fermented foods every day, especially heading into flu season. If someone doesn't want sauerkraut, we can do some fermented pickles.
Those are also my favorite.
We also have some fermented tomatoes, which is so nice to just quickly preserve your tomatoes, especially my cherry tomatoes that are coming in. So that's all the ferments I was telling you this morning. Dairy products we've been doing. We've got all the yogurt going on, 3 quarts of yogurt, some homemade mozzarella, homemade ricotta. Why am I telling you all of this? I'm just telling you all of this to tell you it's busy over here. We have so much going on. We have people here. Our door is a revolving door. Philip is working on a lot of projects that I'm excited to share with you as they are closer to coming out. And just the homesteading, homeschooling, sustainability is just going strong over here. So you guys just leave in the comments and tell me things that you guys want me to go into more detail on, if you would like, and we can talk about that. Now, I've got to get out the door right now. When we get back, I will share with you our new tenant. All right, we got home from our errands. Then I wanted to show you our new tenant, which I already showed you, but you know it was all in slow motion. But they asked if they could get ready. And so they asked if we could do it this morning instead. So our first run through was no makeup, which I love. That's one of my favorite parts of this tenant, is that yes, it's always fun to get ready and get dressed, but it's not something that they always feel the need. They will be without makeup, which I love, and is aging gracefully, in my humble opinion. And maybe you guys have already guessed, but for the second time, let's go ahead and introduce you. I laugh. Refilming something is just not what we do.
Who's that knocking at my door? Who's that knocking at my door? Who's that knocking at my door? It's a fair young maiden.
That's actually a really good reminder. So we were talking on the steps when we were filming in slow motion, and I'm sure you don't want to watch 3 hours of us just moving our lips very slowly, but I was saying on how my mom, I just told him how I love that you age gracefully and you don't always feel the need to get dressed, but now you get a dressed up version versus yesterday. I was saying that one of my favorite parts of my mom is that she will be the life of the party. She will get up and do the charade. She won't sit back and say, no, I'm too embarrassed. I don't want to make myself feel silly. Like, she will get up and do that. And I love it. I love that you're always ready to play games and all the things.
H-A-M, ham Pam.
What's ham Pam? You think you're a ham?
I'm a ham sometimes. Not always. Sometimes I'm the shy and me.
So I have the similar personality. I call it is a shy extrovert. I'm very shy, meeting people, but I get my energy from being with people. So I was going to show the RV for those of you who weren't following us when we were living in here full time. This was our home for almost a year, and we use it as a great little apartment. But the reason I wanted to film this video specifically and show you our new tenants, they are our new tenants, but only for 2 weeks. Are you moving to Tennessee? That's my #1 question I get asked. I see Philip's parents. Where are your parents? I thought they lived with you. Where are they? Are they moving to Tennessee?
Well, I live with you on occasion.
So they do.
But I have 3 other children that live in California who are like, you're not moving to Tennessee, are you? You're not leaving. You're not leaving. So I have kids there too.
Yes. So
it's a push me, pull me. It's very difficult.
But when I said that we were going to try to set up the RV over through these trees over at the barn area and get full hookups over there, because we had people that were going to be staying in here pretty regularly. Question was, are your parents moving here? Are they moving in with you? And the answer to that is
on occasion.
On occasion. So the answer to that is no. My parents are not moving here. They are not living here. The confusion, I think, came when I delivered, which of course you want your mom there with you. It was during COVID, so I couldn't have visitors. I couldn't have people there other than Philip, so she wasn't even able to be at the birth, which that was a big bummer.
Yes.
However, after that, Cassidy, our youngest, had open heart surgery, so they stayed with us and lived with us, I would say off and on, because they would run down to Alabama to take care of some family affairs, but they pretty much lived with us for 9 months.
Yeah, exactly.
And
then it was Christmas.
And then well, yeah, the very last part of it was because of holidays and just staying through the holidays. But I loved the, wow, you guys, I don't know if I could live with my family members for that long, but we were saying in yesterday's slow-mo vlog that that's how people lived. They lived communally, and you did live with your family, and we should have utilized the RV during that 9 months. 9 months they were in our house.
Yeah, why didn't we use the RV then?
Oh, you said, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, there was a lot involved to make that happen.
We didn't have a 50, we ended up getting a 50 amp attached to the house. So that was how we could get full power to the RV. And so before I forget, let's peek in here. My mom always keeps everything clean. So it's all nice. This is our full-time home. That was my whole kitchen. That's all I got. No.
Wait a minute. Wait a second.
Oh, yeah. You get to
wait a second. We can expand the kitchen.
Extend the counter. This was my whole kitchen. It was very important for the girls to have their own space. They had their room back there. And then up here was the master, which of course my mom has her bed all nice and made. And then the shared bathroom. We got this curtain for the holidays when we had family also staying in the RV. So this RV has really been used as a guest house, which is so cool and such a great option for us. And but when I said people would be staying here in this RV, it wasn't my parents. That was such a great guess though. So when you gave that guess, I really wanted to help clarify where my parents are at, the misconception that they live with us and where they are. But yes, they still live in California, but they do visit us regularly. So I would say probably about 4 times a year that they're with us. And this is one of the shortest trips. So when I say 2 weeks, I call them a tenant because literally they are here usually for at least a month, up to 9 months. So they have been here a lot over the last few years that we have moved here and we have lived here. But was there anything else fun that we talked about when we were chatting yesterday? It was such a good vlog, guys. I'm so bummed that you didn't get to see it. Oh, the one last thing. So for those of you who made it to the end of the vlog, give some kind of positive emoji. Whatever emoji that you see that just brings kind of smiles or positivity or light to you. What I have been trying to convince my mom is to continue to share her story. And I think so many of you would love to see more of my mom. I love the comments when I get that my mom and Philip should just have their own little like TV show because they are just kind of a hoot together. And they kind of start ragging on each other and then they're funny and then they drop little humor comments and they're just cute. But that's fun to see with my mom that you guys have enjoyed through the vlogs through the years. But she is like the health nut guru.
Oh, that's right. I'm the family health nut.
Yes, I would say growing up, I was the mom that had the health nut guru. And we might disagree on some health protocols, I would say. However,
it's a learning process.
It is. It's such a learning process. But I feel like my mom still has so much knowledge and so much more understanding than even obviously I do. I think that is your heart, is to share and encourage health for others.
Yes.
But I also feel like what's the biggest draw is her story. So it all started when I was in middle school and they gave my mom 6 months to live. And so that was a very intense season of my life, and even more, obviously, an intense season for my mom. And that story is powerful and has so much in that. And she pretty much healed herself naturally. When the doctors had given up from, can I say where? Stanford, a very highly sought after medical community had given up, saying that there's nothing else. And my mom dug deeper and healed herself naturally. And I think it's really cool.
Here I am.
And here you are. Little numbness still?
I still have some numbness.
Little bit of numbness left, residual, because it was wild. So if you want to hear more of my mom's story, I'll try to figure out. Why don't you tell me in the comments the easiest way for her to share? Podcasts? Instagram? YouTube? What do you think? Book?
I don't know.
I don't know. You guys let us know. Okay. Well, the point of this vlog was going to be, I was going to give you a tour around the farm and you were going to point out all the new things that have happened over the last 3 months, because that's helpful for me to share with you guys, because sometimes my eyes forget what's new and it's good to have an outside set of eyes. But this vlog is completely long, and so we're gonna have to end it here. So welcome our new tenants, and when I say tenants plural, my dad's around here somewhere probably helping Philip at the barn.
He is.
But we have a big task to do today, so we're actually about to start our next vlog, and we will say goodbye to you, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Go let your love multiply. Bye guys.
Be kind.
Is it in slow motion?
Nope.
Yay!
Go let your love multiply.
Bye.
Bye.